What's up, Upstanders? Dr. O here. I'm gonna take a, sometimes I like to take a little break from politics to talk about one of my other favorite things, and that is comic books, and comic book television shows and movies and the like. Well, I don't really read the comics anymore, but I mean I've grown up on the comics. So if y'all don't know, I go hard on the Marvel, I go hard on the DC stuff, and so every once in a while, I like to break a little bit from that and talk from the other stuff going on and just get your thoughts on some of this. I don't know if any of y'all are out there in that space, but if so, holla in the chat. Let me know what your thoughts. I want to talk about Daredevil. Now, to be clear about something, for me, number one, obviously, if you're going to hear me talk about something, it's something I already watched. So you're going to get spoilers. If you're not caught up on the show, don't listen to this right now. Also, I also do not tolerate spoilers. I tell my students if they know a movie's coming out and they give me a spoiler about a movie or a TV show, I will fail them. And it's in the syllabus. And they know. Don't mess with me. I don't even watch trailers when I know there's a movie or TV show coming out that I am going to watch, because everybody's out there on the internet and wants to get ahead with stuff, wants to put out fake stuff, rumors or inside stories and stuff. So I didn't watch any Daredevil trailers. Unfortunately, sometimes you just go online and something's right there and you can't avoid it. So obviously that happens. All right, so and I'm not a super deep like know every single thing about every single comic I read or whatever. All right, so those are my disclaimers as I go into this. So Daredevil Reborn, it's back. It's really season 4, but they're calling it season 1, and it was on Netflix, and now it's on Disney. I mean, I've been waiting for this joint to come back. Fans like myself fought for it to not be canceled, and now they're bringing it back. And I don't know all of the other shows they got back in the pipeline. I don't know if Luke Cage is coming back, or some of y'all may know those things. I don't want to know. I want to be surprised when these things are actually coming, because sometimes they'll say something's coming and then it don't come, and I get pissed off. So what are we, 4 episodes in there, Daredevil now? And look, I'm loving the show. I can't. Well, there's one thing that's bothering me though. You know, I feel like I'm watching the Matt Murdock show and not Daredevil. Like, put on the damn costume, put the suit on. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it's jacked up that they axed Foggy in the first episode. That wasn't cool. And Karen is out doing her thing on the West Coast, whatever. New love interest and so on and so forth. I knew, given what he did, what Wilson Fisk did with homeboy Adam, that he ain't changed that much. And I know that he's behind White Tiger's killing. There's no question about that. But look, from what I understand, there's only going to be 10 episodes. Next episode is going to be episode 5. And Murdoch still hasn't put a suit on yet. And I know at the end of the last episode was practicing and so on and so forth. But the first couple of seasons had more than 10 episodes to deal with. I feel like Daredevil, the first 3 seasons, was one of the best of all of the comic book television I mean, basically starting since 2008, with the Arrowverse. I feel like it's one of the tops in terms of shows out there. But obviously, with Arrow and those Flash, when those shows first came out, they were putting in like 20, 23 episodes a season. Now we're getting 10, maybe if we're lucky. So I'm like, we don't got time to be wasting to go hard. Go hard with this stuff. And I understand Fiscal's like, yo, don't be the vigilante. I'm going to come at you. But, like I said, it's Daredevil. It's not the Matt Murdock show. Even with the Punisher. I mean, obviously, when Punisher comes on the scene, it's a whole new vibe. It's a whole new energy. It's a whole new wave. I mean, so when he came in, and of course, they had his image of him going right against Daredevil, like right on the picture of, the image for the episode. So that gave it away. Now, I kind of saw him in a partial trailer I was trying to avoid, so knew it was coming. But, I just feel like it's taken too long for them to get to the action. But even when the Punisher came in, no beefing, just arguing, just debate. Great debate, great energy, and all that. Both of them did their thing. But that's not what I'm watching Daredevil for. So I don't want to see the Matt Murdock show. I don't want to see the Frank Castle show. I want to see beefing. I want to see fighting. I want to see the superheroes and the villains. I want to see that action. And, it looks like we might get it in the next episode. But who knows? Maybe the next episode he's still going to have his trials and tribulations about whether he's actually going to put on the suit. And maybe at the end of episode 5, he'll actually put the mask on. And that's when... Come on, man. We waited long enough. Give us more. Give us a little bit more than that. Um, Wilson Fisk was kind of like a Trump on steroids. Not saying he's like racist or anything like that, but in terms of the hunger for power and like this is how it has to be. Y'all have to listen to me because I'm running the show right now. Like he's definitely on some of that. So that's kind of interesting to see. Quite honestly, I don't watch trailers. I don't read the script. I think Fisk's wife is going to end up popping him. Like I just see that happening. Like it's just too much side eyeing, And she was having a good thing going before he got back on the crime tip. She wasn't even into that at first, and I think he need to really be sleeping one eye open. I mean, the good eye, not the one that homegirl Echo, what stabbed him in or shot him in or something like that. Not that one, the other eye for real. But overall, it's a great show. I'm glad it's back. I feel like they could be doing a little bit more. My brother told me that there's somebody else in the show who's like a low key character who hasn't emerged yet that he's waiting to see. But he knows he can't tell me because I'm not with the spoilers. I just want to enjoy the show and enjoy as much new as possible. That's my goal. So what do y'all think? What are you thinking about Daredevil? If you caught up on the show again, if spoilers are all up in this. Whenever y'all see me talk about something, it's going to be something that I saw or I'm going to see. I'm going to have some conversations. I teach a class on cultural appropriation or appreciation, so I'm going to be talking about the whitewashing of Lilo and Stitch. That'll be coming a little bit later. More to come. But every once in a while, I like to dip in here for my comic book movie heads and get your thoughts on things. Y'all know my brother Simba's going to have some words for this, so he might have to hop on the podcast again, and we get it in that way as well. All right, Daredevil Reborn. What do you think? Is it Daredevil Reborn or Matt Murdock trying to be born? I don't know. Holla at me. Take care. Peace.